RollCraft 2.8 is here! With about 500% more fuck you! I upped the dragon spawn chance by a bajillion! So now they spawn everywhere! It's now always winter time, so Mother Nature's like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And I completely removed stone weapons from the game!
What? What? What do you mean that's not a good idea?
So 2.8 is finally here, and this video is the most delayed ever.
Hello, yes, it's me. PewDiePie ripoff. So as I'm sure you're aware by now, no, I didn't make dragons spawn everywhere and remove stone tools. I've had this video planned for a while, and I'm gonna try to keep this straightforward. There's not gonna be any like crazy editing in this, because the holidays are just nuts right now, and it's no secret, I've been kind of taking a break. And in the wise words of PewDiePie, if you're gonna take a break, don't make a big thing about it or a video about it, just do it. And so I did. I just been taking a break from everything, enjoying the holidays, and this actually might be one of my last videos for a while, as January is gonna be really busy. Nobody cares. Okay, moving on to the I wanted to kind of talk about the 2.8 update and the changes, which most people are already aware of now since it's been out for a while, so I don't need to go into too much detail about them. But we're gonna look at major changes and like where I want to head with RLCraft, the direction I want to go in. There's quite a few things that need to be acknowledged and kind of celebrated, like, you know, hitting over 2.5 million downloads on RLCraft, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever said. Never would have expected some dumb mod pack I made just to blow up that crazy. Just thank you guys, honestly. And then also I want to answer your guys' questions. I put up an AMA on Reddit, and I promised I would answer some questions in there. So this video is gonna put all of that into one. So 2.8's changelog was massive. And without a doubt, this was the biggest update RLCraft has ever seen, and not in the way you would initially think. There were only 3 new mods, but it was the biggest update because almost every single mod in RLCraft got updated. And tying into things to celebrate, I really have to give a massive shout out to all the modders that went out of their way to push out updates and even compatibility fixes with other mods just for RLCraft, because of how popular RLCraft got and it blew up. And so a lot of people like Lycanite, man, just being an absolute boss, even working with me directly, we talked a lot. And like anytime a bug came up, Lycanite was just like, bam, boom, shabam. I mean, I think he pushed out like 15 updates in the span between 2.7 and 2.8 during the whole update process. It was nuts. Massive shout out to Lycanite, just absolutely owning, even taking suggestions from the community to implement new features just for RLCraft. I mean, that's ridiculous. X0, the guy behind Trinkets and Baubles, reworking almost all of the baubles and adding in new features and everything for RLCraft, compatibility with stuff like Tough as Nails for the temperature and stuff, even implementing compatibility with enhanced visuals so that when you put on the Ender Queen crown, it makes the static effect go away now. Just really awesome. Blockvader, the developer behind Better Survival, which hadn't seen an update in 2 years. And because of the explosion of RLCraft, it actually just brought him back out of the woodwork to work on this mod again. And he had even made a post about that. And that was just really cool to see. You know, he came back and fixed up all the weapons like the spear and the nunchucks so I could re-enable them, and fix the broken enchantments, and was just also really awesome. I can't sit here and name everybody, but almost all of the developers of all the mods in RLCraft had some sort of update or another just because of RLCraft, and so I can't thank you guys enough. One of the new major additions is the Icy Dragons mod, which was coded by one of the helpers on my Discord, Xcube, and also with some help from Charles, I believe, to fix up the version of Ice and Fire that we used, fixing silver weapon damage, fixing all the ores, allowing dragons to be seen at greater render distance now, and the block breaking change, which I think is the biggest change of all, so that when dragons destroy blocks, they just get outright destroyed and only a small percentage of them will actually spawn the particles and drop the item, which just fixes the lag almost entirely. So huge thank you to Xcube and Charles. Also to Icebelly, who's been the guy doing all the new, the really cool structures and dungeons that have been added. He's put a ton of work into those, so thank you, Icebelly. They're super awesome, and they really add to RLCraft as an experience. So this is kind of like what I was talking about when I said there's things that just need to be acknowledged and celebrated, because I haven't talked about it in a video or anything yet. And all these things like hitting 2.5 million downloads, you know, they deserve recognition. That number is literally just mind-blowing. So I was supposed to save this epic surprise for the end of the video, but screw it, okay? It ties in really nicely right here. People that I've been talking about, all these people who have really helped out specifically with the 2.8 update, whether it was writing a whole new mod for RLCraft or just doing some general testing, I wanted to give something back to them. We have a little secret RLCraft dev channel on my Discord with all of them added through the contributor role that I set up so that we could all communicate and work on 2.8 together. I had a surprise for all of these people. They don't even know I was gonna do this, but originally I wanted this video to come out in December, and for the month of December I was gonna give them everything that I made from Patreon that month when it hit on January 1st, because my Patreon still pays out on the 1st of every month. And that would give time people to like contribute if they wanted to help support them. But seeing as it's now January, because I'm a lazy twat and this video is very late, I've had to think of something else. I was thinking maybe like a GoFundMe, but I don't really know if this video is gonna blow up that much. I doubt it. I talked to some people and I settled on knocking two birds out with one stone with some merch. You may have noticed. Oh look, it's different from the original, yeah. What am I doing? I want to thank Bonfire for reaching out and offering to do some merch with me for RLCraft. And this video isn't sponsored or anything, but we remade this in black now. It also has a sweet hoodie version, which is actually really comfortable. And bam! I survived RLCraft. And my camera goes blurry, fuck yeah. You know, with the obsidian block, because RLCraft is hard. And I think the creme de la creme, dragons are assholes. I actually really like how this one came out. These have different colors and they all have hoodie versions as well. This has a censored version too for all the 12-year-olds. And they're just cute little designs. I think they came out pretty cool. So it's something we're kind of trying right now. And the reason I'm selling out merch is because for the month of January I figured I'll go full sellout, okay, promote some of the RLCraft merch, and then I'll just give all the proceeds to all the people that helped on the 2.8 update, everybody in that Discord role and channel that I showed. And on top of that, I'll probably throw in some of my own money as well to them to split it between them nicely, because I want to make sure they get just something nice. You know, I can 100% say that RLCraft would not be what it is today without all of these people's contributions and their help. Again, whether it was just something really small like doing some testing or something big, making new structures and writing new mods. And so I really wanted to give something back. I think this would be pretty cool. So I'll have links in the description where you can buy these if you want to help support all these people. And that way you guys get something back out of it, which I think is cool. Merry belated Christmas. I'm sorry this video is so late, but I really wanted to give you guys something back, so surprise. And also, if you guys have any other ideas, this is kind of like a test run, you know, to see if like people like it. And also, let me know what you guys think, and if you have suggestions, I would love to do more. You know, consider this, I guess, like the first wave, but yeah. On the subject of thanking and giving back, I know this segment's going on a little long. I'm sorry. Listen, do you want a free RLCraft server or not? All right, shut up. I gotta give a huge shout out to Bisect Hosting, the server hosting people that sponsored RLCraft in the first place. And again, this video is not directly sponsored or anything, but they've been so tremendously good to me, and I love them, and I talk to them like actual people instead of like a company, which I think is like a big deal. And so I just have a lot of respect for them. And they gave me this code, SWING. I'll have that in the description as well, but basically this gives you a full month free of server hosting. And you can use that for RLCraft or anything else. I mean, they're a big server hosting company that can host any kind of server you want. And so I thought that was kind of nice they were doing that. It's something else I can do to kind of give back, and also belated Merry Christmas. But yeah, it has 56 uses, so the first 56 people to use that code when checking out a server on Bisect Hosting will get that first month totally free. Thank you, Bisect Hosting, for doing that. I think that's really awesome. On to the AMA! So a while back, I asked you guys on Reddit to ask me any questions you had about RLCraft or the update or anything you wanted to ask, where it's going. And that's one of the things I'll talk about in this section as well, is the direction RLCraft is going to head with further updates down the line. So first question from Zach: when is the update where I can get a 9-to-5 dead-end minimum wage job to support my family after my wife leaves me in RLCraft? Sir, that's going to be RLCraft 3.0, baby, which will also feature spontaneous combustion, taxes, the IRS and governments, and catching the flu every 5 minutes. Can you make another Shroud video? Oh boy, okay, this guy has a lot of questions. Any plans to make leveling skills beyond 24 a bit more relevant? Yes, actually. I believe there was another question about if I'm gonna enhance the end game of RLCraft a little more, and I'll tie all that into this, which, yeah, I did want to make the levels beyond 24 more useful, and I wanted it to tie into more end game content. Now, what that is, I'm not 100% sure yet. There's other dimensions we could explore, other bosses we could kind of add. You know, I give you a reason to become so OP to be able to, like, go to a certain place or do a certain thing. That's something I'm definitely going to work on. And there's actually been suggestions for the races mod, where you can actually choose like your race and even like your class and have more of an RPG kind of like stats building character from the get-go. And I think that would be a really cool idea if that could be integrated nicely with everything else that's already in. Where are we headed in RLCraft? What features do you want to add but have been proven difficult due to tech, coding, or balancing? Well, first and foremost, I want to remind everybody, I didn't make these mods, okay? I've modded and written mods for other games, but I've never dabbled in like Java or anything, so all the credit for that really goes to the modders. I just put this stupid mod pack together, you know? So in terms of difficulty, it would be up to the modders themselves, but I would really, one of the features I would love to have is how you have locational hit damage for the player. I would love that also for other mobs. I would like headshots and stuff like that to count on other mobs. Now that's gonna be really difficult because we have custom mobs from like Ice and Fire and Lycanites with very different body shapes and everything. So that's a mod that would probably have to be like written very specifically for RLCraft and the mobs that RLCraft uses in its mod pack. So that's one thing I've always wanted to do for RLCraft. As for where it's heading, 2.9 is actually already in the works. There's going to be a 2.8.2, I'll just announce that now, which is just going to update the Lycanites mod, mainly because Lycanite did all the remodeling of a lot of the creatures and it looks really cool, especially the new Ventoraptors look sick. And a new boss, which is the most terrifying goddamn thing I've ever seen, Lycanite. What the fuck? So that's going to be a little 2.8.2 update. I can't tell you when. I'm hoping to do it before I fly out in January, which I'll talk about later. But 2.9, on the other hand, is going to be the quest book update. We have somebody working on the quest book, and it's a lot of work. You have to write everything literally by hand because there ends up being a lot to do in RLCraft, you know? And I want the quest book to be optional. I don't want it to be this hard set thing you have to do, but a lot of people have also been requesting a quest book just so they have something to kind of like follow or, you know, like achievement hunter kind of stuff. So that's in the works for 2.9. I think this is a pretty interesting question. Do you take offense to people changing your mod pack, or do you feel you're offering more of a template for people to use? Personally, I don't like tweaking mod packs because I want the creator's vision to shine through. So far, I've been really enjoying your overall design. There's already a 500,000 dozen like RLCraft alternate versions that people have thrown up on CurseForge and Technic and everything, and I really don't care. I think it's actually kind of cool. In a way, it's inspiring to see that people like something you made or put together, you know, so much that it inspires them to go off and do their own kind of mod pack and dabble with modding and stuff. And I think that's really cool. So no, I wouldn't say I'm offended or anything by it at all. You know, unless it's, this is RLCraft 2 and it's way better than Shivaxi's RLCraft and you should play mine and not his because fuck you, Shivaxi. Like then maybe I'd get a little offended, but you know. No, I think it's really cool to see, honestly. And I'm just glad it can inspire people, you know. Update Ice and Fire. I don't care if the AI is broken. This is not a question. Can you please update Ice and Fire? I feel like I just need to address this because a lot of people have asked this, and this will be the last one because I generally answered most things with the last few questions, but the new version of Ice and Fire doesn't fit with my vision for RLCraft. It changes far too much, and it does have some serious issues. The Dragon AI is a little wonky in that, which is another reason we took to making the Icy Dragons mod, to fix up some of the major issues in our version, like dragons not waking up when you attack them while they're sleeping. That was actually a nice thing that we fixed, I think. I will at some point, of course, try to update to the newer Ice and Fire, but at the moment it changes so much that there's just a lot of things that would have to be reworked and considered, with the new Dragon AI being like really different, and in some cases actually even more OP. I was testing it out and had a dragon like snipe me 128 blocks away through a wall because of the way their new AI detects you now, so they can kind of see you through walls. And as much as I love OP shit, I also like balance in a sense. I think as hard as ROcraft is, it also has a nice resemblance of balance, and updating to the new Ice and Fire would heavily unbalance things. So take that for what you will, but I'm not going to be updating to the new version of Ice and Fire anytime soon. That's a much bigger project to undertake. To wrap up, I wanted to talk about myself a little bit and what's going on with this channel. So it's going to be really boring, and you can just end the video now. Don't worry, I won't be offended. But like I said in the beginning, I've been kind of taking a break from YouTube, from ROcraft, even from streaming a lot. Putting out the 2.8 update was super stressful. I mean, just some things like fixing over 200 plus structures, which was one of the big highlights of the 2.8 update. That took so much time. I was going through them one by one, hand editing all of them to fix all of those structures, and it was a grueling task. Along with everything else, it got overwhelming, and I needed to sit back and kind of relax, because I realized I've been kind of neglecting like other aspects of my life, even like socially. So I was just so focused on like ROcraft. I felt like it was kind of almost unhealthy, right? So I've been taking time to just focus on me, my life, you know, my friends, kind of hanging out and doing more things, kind of just actively, because I think it's good to take a little time off from these things now and then. It got really overwhelming, so I do apologize the lack of content on the channel, and I'm slowly kind of coming back to it now. But January is actually going to be exciting and also very busy. There probably won't be much stuff in January because my old roommate Barry, yes, that Barry, the man, the myth, the legend, is going to be arriving tomorrow. He's coming to visit for a couple weeks, and I think that'll be really fun. Maybe we'll even do like a live stream or something, but I'll be busy hanging out with him. And then on the 15th, this was kind of spur of the moment, I'm flying out to go see Stingin'. That's right, this crazy motherfucker right here.
Oh yeah, get into this? Oh, yeah.
We were talking about building his new computer, and out of the blue, he's like, hey, you want to come over and just help me build it? And I was like, okay, and I bought the plane ticket the same day, so. I'm gonna be helping Stingin' build his computer live at his place on his live stream that weekend following the 15th. I'll put a link to his channel and everything below. I think that's gonna be really fun. And then after that, I have another flight to Wisconsin to visit another friend. So needless to say, I'm gonna be pretty caught up for most of January. I will still be trying to upload the Unreal Tournament series. I know that's been taking a little hiatus. I also know it's not the first content most of you want to see. But listen, Unreal Tournament is my favorite game, okay? Just give it a while, okay? We have fun times with the Unreal Tournament streams, okay? Try it, you might like it. I've also been working on a lot more music. I've been uploading more music for my patrons as well. I have a new album coming out called Ghost in the Mixer. And I just released for free the Bootlegs and Remixes Volume 4. I think this artwork also came out awesome and ridiculous. But that's a free release, which again I'll have linked below. It came out on Christmas, and yeah, just overall I've been focusing on a lot other aspects of my life and what I like to do, because just focusing on ROcraft was becoming a problem. I think so. It's good to branch out and do some other things here. So I think that's about it. Sorry this video was long and boring, as most update videos usually are, but I had some important stuff to say, and generally I really wanted to give back to all the people that helped contribute on 2.8, you know. So if you want to support them, there's some merch to buy, and all proceeds I'm gonna just give right to them throughout the whole month of January, and even anything I earned before then, because I haven't taken it out yet, and there have been some sales, as well as I'm gonna throw in a decent amount myself to give to them, because I think they really deserve it. So yeah, thank you. I'm bad at outros.